How's it going, guys? Balder here, and I am going to be doing something a little bit unscripted. And by a little bit unscripted, I mean entirely unscripted. So, while I was looking into the news, because this whole USA-Iran conflict is definitely piquing my interest, I noticed that a 737 that took off from Tehran crashed. Ukrainian Airlines, I think it was Flight 753. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure this article will. But anyway, needless to say, I was looking at news to see if there was any update because when you think, plane went down quickly in Iran, it's possible that there could be a shoot down. I mean, after all, that seems to be the case in many situations. The Ukraine comes to mind, along with the United States back in the 1980s. They shot down an Iranian Airlines over the Persian Gulf. So these things do indeed happen. But either way, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to read this article that I stumbled upon that looks like blatant yellow journalism. Boeing jet that crashed in Iran was the predecessor to the 737 MAX. Okay, so here's the thing. First off, I haven't read the article, but from what it sounds like, it almost sounds completely like yellow journalism. Because while it is technically true, you don't need to lie in order to make propaganda. You can construe the truth. You can imply something. But here's the thing. The reason this is significant is because the reason why the 737 MAXs have been crashing is because they have a specific piece of software that's designed into their system known as MCAS. This MCAS is not in the 737-800, which is the plane that crashed. So, getting that out of the way, there is no way, unless Boeing has been hiding something for years, there is no way that this crash could be related to the two crashes on the 737 MAX, though the Los Angeles Times is certainly implying just that. Alright, so I'm going to read this. The Boeing Company jet that crashed in Iran Wednesday was part of the same aircraft family as the 737 MAX plane that has been grounded worldwide since March following the two deadly crashes. No. That is one incorrect. The 737-800 is part of the next generation of 737 families. By this logic, the 737-200 is the same aircraft family as the 737 MAX. They have absolutely nothing in common. A Boeing 737-800 operated by Ukraine International Airlines as Flight 752, okay, that's the flight number, crashed shortly after takeoff Wednesday morning, killing all passengers and crew. That series of aircraft is called the 737NG, Next Generation, not the MAX, Next Generation, and was a significant source of Boeing's profit before the 737 MAX made its commercial debut in 2017. Okay. And here's some fluff. First flown in 1967, Boeing's company's 737 has become the world's best-selling commercial aircraft, blah, blah, blah. 737 MAX is the fourth generation of the 737 range and was first flown by an affiliate of Lion Air, yada 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 yada, the Indonesian carrier suffered the first 737 MAX disaster on October 2018. Okay, yada yada yada, we already know that. So, Lion Air crashed, Ethiopian crashed. Both of them were at the fault of the MCAS. While the 737 MAX is nearly 4,700 orders from over 100 airlines, only a handful were delivered before it was grounded, means several carriers have yet to retire the 737 NG series. Planes which are used around the world. Website planefighter.net said the crash of Ukraine International Airlines 737-800 was only delivered to the airline in July of 2016. Okay, so how is that relevant? I'm trying to figure that out. A popular workhorse for the airline fleet, the 737 NG family has one of the best safety records for any jetliner. Okay, why the fuck are you bringing up the 737 MAX then? Out of more than 7,000 of the planes that have been put into service over more than 20 years, only 7 have been involved in fatal crashes, Boeing data show. The 737-800 is capable of seating as many as 189 people. What's the relevance in that? According to Boeing's website, compared to as many as 230 seats for the biggest 737 MAX model. Yeah, those two aren't exactly comparable. Boeing designed the 737 MAX to compete with the Airbus newest A320neo model of narrow-body jets. Before the disasters idled the entire new fleet, CFM International, joint venture between General Electric Company and France's Safran SA, is the sole provider of engines for both 737 series of planes. When it unveiled plans for a 737 MAX in 2011, Boeing estimated that an upgrade single-aisle jet would help it capture $2 trillion market in the 2 decades. It has bigger engines, incorporated more automation, has higher range, and uses less fuel. Okay. Boeing had pitched it all pilots of an order 737 model would only need a short computer course to fly the MAX, but on Tuesday I recommended that airlines put MAX pilots through simulator training. Okay. So that completely defeats the entire purpose of the 737 MAX's MCAS, by the way. The Playmakers halted production of 737 MAX as it tries to gain approval to resume flying the jet from the FAA amid pushback from U.S. lawmakers. Okay, so a lot of word salad, a lot of things that don't mean anything, but the biggest one is this. And I make the criticism of journalism all the time that they have to make clickbait articles. So, unfortunately, this is something that I cannot support, but it's something that happens all the time. Basically, the entire article was a word salad. The entire point of this article was the headline. Nothing in the entire article could be gained from this. At least not from me, who's an aviation enthusiast. But either way, always be careful of what you read. Always read past the headlines. The headline is what's supposed to catch your eye. And you not only see this with news articles, but you see it with YouTubers, and you see it with a lot of other things. Basically, get your attention because it is a really big pond with a lot of fish competing. Either way, yeah, just be careful what you read. Look past the headlines and ask, is this a dying industry trying to stay afloat, so they're trying to create clickbait articles to stay relevant? Either way, hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, you have a nice day.